Okay, so now in this class we are going to talking about how can we use the addition and subtraction in the string. हम लोग एक फ्रेम पर एडिशन भी करेंगे और सब्सट्रैक्शन भी करेंगे और उसी तरीके से हम मल्टीप्लिकेशन डिवीजन एक वी हैव टू द यूज द लाइक कैलकुलेटर पार्ट. So today I am going to talking about the two things, that is addition and subtraction, and will be take the ideas from that and you can use that in numbers of your operation: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So what I am going to do here, I am going to take the one add subtract my class and we are going to extending from the JFrame class. We know that. So first we need to extend that, and inside this class I am taking the two parts is here. One I am taking the Java text field because I have to take the two text field. So one I am taking the Java text field class, and here I am using the T1 and T2 because operation will be performed with the help of two data, right? So I am taking the, and right now I am just taking the references of this. Why? Is because it will be act as a global, okay? And I will tell you how it will be act as a global. And one I am taking the button, so I am taking the two buttons. Java button I am taking this. So Java button, and in that button I am taking the B1 is the one button and second is the B2, right? So two button I am taking here, okay? And one I am taking the label where my result will be the show after that. So why is not coming Java label? I'm sorry, written the wrong way. So Java label is there, right? And on that label I am taking the L is the my reference, LK is the reference is taking. So I taken this, and finally I am going to create a constructor here. So public is the access specifier I will take here, okay? It will take this public access specifier, and in that I am going to use the return type is the void. Sorry, constructor will never return, right? So that's why I'm not using it. I'm just using the class name is the add subtract class, and we are giving the parenthesis symbol. This is the by default constructor I'm going to create, and inside this constructor I will create the object of text field, button and label one by one. So finally I'm going to create a text field class. T1 is the reference. It will be right now it's going to create the object Java text field I am taking here, and in the Java text field I am taking this one, and inside that I have to mention the size. So I am mentioning the size is here 25 pixel I am giving this today, okay? So same code I am just going to the copy, and this copy I am going to, because I am not going to the write that, copy this code and I am going to the paste here, and here I am going to change the name of the T2. So two text field object I created, one for the T1 and one is the T2 here, okay? Now I am finally create a for the object of the button class. So B1 is the my reference, and I am taking the button is the new, and Java button is the my class name, and inside that button I am going to write on first button is the add. We have to this here, right? And on the second button I am taking that B2. On that we have to the understand here B2 is that, and now I am taking the Java button is the class, and is on that button I am going to write the like subtract, right? So subtract will be there. So I am just going to write down this sub, that is the meaning of subtraction, okay? So finally I created a two objects B1 and B2 for the two buttons. Now I have to create the object of the label Java label class. So LK is my reference. It will go to the act as an object right now. I am going to take the Java label, and Java label is inside that we have to the write the label name. I am just passing this result here, right? So because we will perform the operation, result will be the show, and here I am not using the result, I am going for the response. It's a better than, right? Response what is coming here. So on the label I written here. So what done here, I taken a two text field, one is the T1 and one is the T2 text field, okay? And this is the T1 text field, this is the T2 text field I taken to this, and finally I taken the buttons, one button that is the add, and one button I am taking for the subtraction. So when I will click on the button add, it will add the two numbers. When I clicking on the button subtraction, it will be the subtract. So this button will be perform the subtraction operation, and this button will perform the addition operation, right? So finally I created an object here, and now I need to add all the things on the Java frame. So I am going to add method. So add method I am taking this here. So add component. So add I am taking here, right? So here you have to see this add, and you are giving the component. So add component, and inside that I am passing the T1 and just enter. And now finally what I am going to do here, copy to this code, and I am going to the I am going to the paste more time, that is I have the code. So paste here, add. So I have the 5 objects. So I have the 5 add method I have to the take. So first in the T1, second I am going to the T2 object add on the frame, and second one is the B1 is going to the add on the frame, and one more I am taking the B2 or buttons is add on the frame, and here I am going to pass the LK is a add on the frame. So finally I created the object of the Java text field class as well as the button, and in same way for the label class. Okay, and here I add all my components on the Java frame. Okay, now after that what I have to do, I have to we have to use a set layout method, because I have to set the layout, right? So I'm using the set layout, and on side that set layout I am just using the new flow layout class of new and flow layout, my class name, it will be the tag, and here I am passing to this anonymous object I created for the flow layout. In the some classes I told you this layout is used to show your components from the middle space on the frame. Okay, now I am going to set visible method, because I have to see my frame on my screen. So set visible method is responsible to set your means visible of your frame, and inside that I am passing the boolean value, that is the true. Now my frame is able to show on the screen. Okay, I am also set the size here. So I am going to use the set size method, that is that set size method I am taking, and inside that width and height will be the pass. So I am passing the width is the 40 pixel, I am passing the like a 480 pixel width, and height is also passing the I am just passing the 350 pixel in the height. Okay, this one is I am going to set the size of the frame. Now I have to use also my frame should be closed when operation is completed, when I am clicking on the close button. So set default close operation I will take here, and inside that I am passing that 3 is a constant value. Okay, so now this process is done, and now what is my in this class I am going to tell you a button is responsible to add means your action, right? So first we need to implement of this my JFrame class with the action listener class. So implements here, implementing there. So implements action listener. So action listener is the class that is the implemented, right? And now inside that I am just using the button, that is the b1 dot add action listener method will be the come. So it's sorry, I am writing the outside the constructor, sorry for this. So inside that I am using that here b1 dot add action listener. Okay, so what I am going to do here, I am just performing the add action listener class. So b1 dot add action listener will be the come, right? Action listener, and inside that I am not passing this pointer. I am going to use today the single abstract method, that is the functional interface, because I have the single method. So because you know that in the public void action performed method in the previous class I told you I had the only single method. So that's why I'm using the single abstract functional method, because Java 1.8 version is very smart, is going to say I know that you have the only one method, you don't need to mention, just give this functional interface to me, and I am easy that understand what you want to do. So inside that I am using to this one, and I am here closing and opening the braces here. Okay, so now it's is ready to that point, and we have to understand to the one by one. So I hope up to this point are you getting to this code, right? Now after that what I am going to do here, you need to also mention the reference. So I am passing this reference is the AE, then my reference, that is the action event, right? And in the button B1 I will set my logic. So here I don't need to also implement. I am just going to out to this. I don't need to implement the subtraction listener. I am giving the another method. So you have to take your button, every button, or add action listener method you have to do, pass the AE reference of the action event, and single functional interface will be the use that because you had the single abstract method. because हमने पिछले क्लास में देखा था कि हमारे पास एक मेथड है पब्लिक वाइड एक्शन परफॉर्म. सो उस मेथड की जगह मैं, क्योंकि मुझे पता है कि एक सिंगल मेथड है, उसकी जगह मैं इस एरो को यूज कर रहा हूँ. JVM will be understand. Okay, now inside that I will set my logic. So first I need to take the two data from the text field. So first n1 I am taking that, and integer, on the integer is the my typecasting will be there. For the parse int I will take. Before that parse int I am just using the t1 is the first get text. So get text, read the data first from the text field. So get text will be there. Why is not coming? Dot get text is coming. Okay, now I am taking to this, and I have to use the like this one will be read as a string, and I have to use the integer, right? So integer dot I have to convert into the integer form. So parse int method I will use here, and finally I am going to terminate. So what will we do here? This I am going to read the data from the first text field through the get text method, and this one will be read in the string form, right? So I have to convert into the integer. So I converted with the help of integer dot parse int method. I converted into the integer form, and finally I store on the n1. Same code I am taking here to this code, and here I am copying to this code, and I am copying to this code here and paste it to that, and here I am giving the n2 is the my second variable, and here t2 is the second text field. So t2 is the second text field. Okay, so this one will read the data and store on the n1 and n2 in the integer form. Okay, now I read the data here, and finally I am going to add. So I am going to use the int, we are going to the result. I am taking this result is there, and I am going to add the n1 plus n2. I am going to the add here. I add this, and finally I have to set the label on this part. So L label, what is my label object? lk dot the set text method will be the comes. So set text method is coming to that, and inside that I will pass the first result, right, and concatenate operator, and I'm going to use the two double quote, that is a string. So in this one set text method is also read the data from the string part, and I'm going to read the data and convert it into the integer form. That's why is a concatenate operator used here, right? So now this code is for the button b1, because b1 is the add. So here is the add logic I apply. Same code my for the button b2. So inside that I am taking the b2 button, and dot add action listener method is responsible to listen your action from your button. What do you want to do? So add action listener method हमने यूज किया यहाँ पर, और इसके अंदर मैं फिर से सेम कोड्स को राइट करूँगा, लेकिन यहाँ पर जो मेरा लॉजिक होगा वो ये होगा कि मुझे सब्सट्रैक्शन की लॉजिक को राइट करना है. ठीक है, सो आई एम गोइंग टू राइट टू दिस वन, and now you have to pass the single abstract method. AE is the reference, and functional interface I am using. JVM is understanding. You are going to implement the public void action performed method, right? And inside that I am just copying to this code all this, because we have to this mention here, and here I am going to copy and paste it inside to the button b2. But here I will change the one more thing logic, because here is the subtraction. So on the button b2 I need a subtraction logic, so n1 minus n2. Okay, and finally I am going to use the result. So I am not using the result, I am a response res use, and this one is there, right? So for this code is the for button b2 for subtraction, and this is for the button b1. So b1 will be add, and when we will go to the b2 will be the here is going to the talking about it, right? So now this one is happen, and now I am going to use that. So in that way, in how much do you want to create a button, you can set your logic, right? So finally I said that I am going to run to this code, and now you have to just see how it's working. So first we need to create the object of this add subtract class in this our main function. So I am taking this add subtract class, and is taking object is taking that, and here I am giving a new and add subtract method I am using, sorry, class is there. Finally I created a object. When object will be created, constructor will be the automatic come, right? So finally I am going to the run to this code, and we have to the see here. So what is happening here? So now it's going to the run, and we have to the understand easiest way. So I hope are you getting to this point. Is coming, just wait to that. Is running on, come fast, is going on, is build, is started, it's coming, it's just coming, background scanning is going on, frame is opening, yes, frame is open, but on the frame we can't see anything. Why is that? We had one thing, say why we are not getting to this part. So some problems is going on. I am going to talking about. Okay. Oh, here I didn't add method be out, right? So add because we didn't add on the frame something. This code is missing. So T1 is my first text field. Copy and paste to this code all the things. Okay. Okay, right. This one is by default I mistake here. So Control C. We are going to the paste. All the components one by one, and here is a T1, here is a T2, here is the B1, here is the B2 is here, and here is the our label is the LK, right? Now run. We are going to the stop to this first frame. I am going to first close, and now once again I am going to the run. We have to the see this code, right? So we are going to run to this code, and now it will be the come fast. It's going on. Yes, see, we can see this, right? So two text field, add and subtract button, two buttons I have to do it, right? And one is the response. So finally I am going to write a date at 3 4, and here I am going to write a 5 6. So add पर क्लिक करते इसको ऐड करेगा. देखो ऐड करके यहाँ पर 90 हमारा शो कर रहा है, ठीक है. अब मैं इसी डेटा को एक्सचेंज कर देता हूँ. यहाँ पर मैं 100 करता हूँ, और यहाँ पर मैं 60 करता हूँ, और मैं सब्सट्रैक्ट करने जा रहा हूँ. तो सब्सट्रैक्ट करेंगे तो क्या आएगा, इसको सब्सट्रैक्ट करेंगे तो इस बटन पे मैं क्लिक करता हूँ तो C 40 विल बी देयर. सो ऐड पे करेंगे तो ऐड करेगा, सब्सट्रैक्ट पे करेंगे तो उसको सब्सट्रैक्ट करेगा. सो इन दैट वे वी कैन क्रिएट n नंबर्स ऑफ बटन्स. एंड अगर आपको मल्टीप्लाई करना है तो एक बटन क्रिएट कर लो मल्टीप्लाई का, और उसमें मल्टीप्लाई का लॉजिक सेट कर दो. कैसे करोगे, यहाँ पर आप एक बटन B3 ले लोगे, एक बटन बनाओगे B3, और वो बटन आपने जैसे ही बनाया, आपको ये ध्यान रखना है कि बनाने के बाद आपको बटन के साथ ऐड एक्सक्लेमेशन मेथड यूज करना है. सेम कोड रहेगा, सिर्फ यहाँ लॉजिक में सेट कर दोगे n1 into n2 हो जाएगा, राइट? एंड सेम ऑल बी देयर फॉर द एवरी बटन. सो आई होप ऑल ऑफ यू टू गेटिंग टू दिस पॉइंट, एंड थैंक यू टू वॉचिंग टू दिस सेक्शन.